Hi there, my name is Madison Rogers, and I'm a rising 2L at the University of Colorado Law School. My advocacy pitch project is titled Running with Wolves, Regulating Wolf Dogs at the County Level. It stems from my passion for the overpopulation crisis of domestic animals throughout the U.S. Because that issue is so vast, I've chosen to focus on wolf dogs, particularly in Yamhill County, Oregon. However, the idea suggested here could be generally applicable to numerous municipalities. Let's get started. To begin, I will give a brief introduction to wolf dogs. I will then highlight the challenges of wolf dog ownership and regulation. To showcase how these problems manifest in communities, I will then use Yamhill County as an example and opportunity for advocacy. Finally, in my call to action, I'll explain why DTA should take this on as their next project. First, let's learn about wolf dogs. Wolf dogs are canines with recent wolf history. Today, they are more often the result of wolf dog to wolf dog pairings or wolf dog to dog pairings. They are the result of intentional breeding and are often sought out by those seeking connection with or to tame a piece of the wild. Wolf dogs are often characterized by their wolf content, or in other words, their wolf to dog ratio. These classifications are determined by various, often unreliable methods used to influence purchase prices. So, what's the difference between a wolf and a dog, and how does that influence wolf dog behavior? Well, dogs and wolves share an evolutionary history, but these animals are very different from one another. Wolves are governed by instinct that helped them survive in the wild. In contrast, dogs were selectively bred and domesticated to survive with humans. These animals have different rates of development and maturation. Breeding the two produces much more uncertainty regarding appearance and behavioral patterns, as well as individual needs, than exists when the two are not paired together. Even so, people will seek out wolf dogs despite the unpredictability of what they may be getting. This leads to many challenges. Breeders often guess or misrepresent content levels to influence buyers. Owners are often unprepared, unable, or unwilling to meet and manage the natural instincts their animals may present. In addition, wolf dogs are not wild animals, so they can't be released into the wild if ownership goes south. However, while wolf dogs are not wild animals, the USDA considers them as such for vaccination purposes. There is no approved rabies vaccine for them. These challenges lead to increased likelihood of abandonment, escape, and neglect. And while there are some sanctuaries, resources are lacking to address the growing number of wolf dogs in need. These issues lend themselves to both animal welfare and community concerns. For a timely example of these concerns, we can look to Yamhill County, Oregon. In March 2025, 4 wolf dogs in Yamhill County escaped their enclosure. They roamed over a mile throughout town and ultimately killed 3 neighborhood pets before they were captured. This was not the first time these animals had escaped their handlers' care. Yamhill County has no ordinances regulating wolf dog ownership. Their dog code is outdated, and they haven't had any animal control officers for a decade. Blame for the incident has been directed at contradictory city ordinances and poor enforcement of the existing codes. Others have urged the county to euthanize the wolf dogs. So why should DTA care about this project? Well, tensions in Yamhill County are understandably high. The community is dealing with the consequences of poor animal control laws, which have affected individual and collective well-being. At the same time, the current situation is ripe for animal welfare concerns. There are multiple factors playing into these circumstances, but the March wolf dog incident and the urgent community response have created an opportunity to address this immediate issue in a way that can inform broader animal control laws later on. Oregon law allows counties to set their own regulations for wolf dog management. Because of this, DTA can serve its mission by shaping laws in Yamhill County that work for both community members and wolf dogs. The two don't have to be mutually exclusive. We can start this process by drafting ordinances for community presentation, encompassing wolf dogs within the existing dog code, and incorporating some or all of the suggestions listed here. Ultimately, many of these suggestions can later be applied to general animal control ordinances that Yamhill County desperately needs. In conclusion, the wolf dog issue in Yamhill County is a subset of a larger systemic issue of inadequate and unenforced dog control codes. Its immediacy, however, can be used as a starting point for addressing these broader animal control problems. Providing the community with the guidance and education to solve these issues helps both people and the wolf dogs they're currently in conflict with. At the same time, it paves the way for better animal laws later on. Thank you for listening, and please reach out with any questions.
The bees need the trees, but without the trees, there's no bees.
We need the bees in the trees, so save the bees in the trees.